We're back. Less tech.
More Kevin?
Yeah, you
No.
do that.
No. Go less Kevin, more tech. I like that better.
All right, we'll keep it the regular way. Less Kevin, more tech with UTECit.com. So today, Les,
Yeah.
we are really going to do less Kevin because we're going to turn the show over to our team. And at UTEC, I'm proud and grateful and blessed to say that we may be small potatoes, but I've got the best and the biggest leadership team out there, and I'll stack these guys against anybody.
Absolutely.
And today we wanted to bring in Dan Heimler, who runs our sales, and then your favorite and mine, Tom Wykowski, who's all things service and all things operation there.
I'm not a favorite.
Well, look at you. You know what I mean? The guy burns himself cooking bacon. So what can I say? But no, Dan, I'm going to pick on you since you took the first shot there. Yes,
Sure.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about sales, what we're doing there.
A little bit about sales. Well, we are selling a lot of stuff lately. And
stuff. That's a technical term.
It's stuff. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of different things technology-wise. IT is becoming a bigger and bigger focus, and we're still moving a lot of hardware, scanners, printers, copiers, all that good stuff. A lot of mailing stuff going out. So everyone's busy. Everyone's running around doing things and trying to keep it busy.
Good.
So I've often, told you this, and I, tell everybody and our clients, I think your sales training that you do is pretty top notch.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you've got a really good program for sales development. And so, look, how did you get into that? I mean,
well, that started way back when I had a manager named Dave Niemer, and I was a sales rep, and he told me I had to get into sales management. And I said, when do I need to tell you? And he said, right now. I said, well, I don't know if I want to do that. And when I looked around at the salespeople at the time, which was a different company, I didn't think there was any much hope for them. Yeah. So I took the position and basically started getting into John Maxwell books and coaching and leadership, and then changed out a lot of the players on the team that I had to manage and continued that sort of mentality and learning to coach the teams and not just be a manager for them. So a lot of years of experience, a lot of reading, a lot of learning, and put together a pretty good program that helps those that want to follow the program.
There you go.
I think is a strength that we do as we bring on reps and we look at development, Dan, there's a passion for that training. And it's not just, hey, go out and try to sell this, but it's let's be good at what we do. Let's address the customer's needs. Let's figure out what they want. But you spend a lot of time on training, isn't it? And motivating.
It is. It's exciting to see someone kind of learn the process. Right now, we've got a new sales guy, and he's in his third week. He's almost through it, so we've got an onboarding program that take everybody through, and it basically teaches them, the foundational products that we sell, but then also the sales process, about the company, about the industry, so they have a good sense of what we do when they go out.
Mm-hmm. So, service, important part of our business, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe one of the most important part, right? That's what kind of determines an experience in a lot of ways with a customer, right?
Yep. That's what keeps the people coming back. I think we get referrals from our customers. Very important. We have customers 25 years with us. That tells a lot of our technicians that go out and service these solutions. We get to know them very well. You can have good service. You can have excellent service. We try to promote amazing service. Just that every time we touch a customer, whether it's a first initial call, all the way up to picking up a lease copier and possibly getting a divorce from the customer, but it's amazing customer service right from the get-go. Everybody that touches that customer.
Well, yeah, because it's the experience we're after, right, that we create. And it's not that, I always tell people, right, it's not that there's not things that happen, right, because we're dealing with, equipment, machines, things on the internet. We're talking about people. They're all involved in this, people on their side, people on our side. It's not that things don't happen, but it's how your team steps up and addresses
Yep.
it, right?
Yep, absolutely. And we have to be consistent. We treat everybody equally, whether it's a mom and pop place or a very large corporation. We treat everybody equally. We treat everybody with consistency. And I think that's huge with every technician that we have. We have a lot of tenure in our service department, and I think that speaks a lot for us, the company, and each individual, what they give back to the customers.
I know I see it with our team and how you lead and develop, but it's personal, right? You guys take great pride in delivering a solution for a customer. And
Absolutely.
if you feel somebody's upset, it hurts you and affects you that way too, right? Emotionally, you feel like a part of you.
Sure.
And I've always loved that about the service offerings that we give, that they know we care, they know we're passionate about it, and they know we like having fun doing it, but they know we take it seriously too, don't they?
Right. Well, you want to treat them like you want to be treated. If you have somebody come into your house, we deal with consumers, but we deal with businesses. So we have to know going into their business what their culture is and how we walk in and how we present ourselves and how we deal with the secretary there. We deal with, again, the business part of those people. They're consumers, but they're running a business, and we have to be aware of that.
Hey, Tom, one of the things that I've, just been amazed by, because now I sit, by the help desk, right, where folks call. Number one, we're answering the phones live. And then number two, the dialogue between our folks on the help desk and the clients, because nobody's really calling in to say, hey, everything's working great. When they're calling the help desk, something's going on. But I'm just amazed that for an organization our size, how many customers that we have, we don't have a service problem. Stuff happens because it's machinery, it's equipment, but we don't really have, a service problem. And I just admire how you and your team handle that. I like those daily huddles you're doing with the operations group. How you bring the group together. Mm-hmm. And so what do you attribute that to?
I think it's just, again, communication. We build a relationship amongst ourselves, and then that curtails to the customer. So we have, again, a lot of longevity. We know about the customers. We can ask the customer about their grandson, even if they're calling for a copier that's down. We've been together for so long. I think that's the camaraderie that happens. And we have to communicate. One department can't succeed without the other department. And that is just huge, whether it's the admin department, the warehouse department, the service department, sales department. We cannot survive without each other. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we're trying to portray to our people. What the guy does in the back unloading a truck affects the accounting department. How a sales rep determines to pick a customer affects the service guys. And everything is it's got to go smoothly, and it's got to be consistent.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
That's part of what we sell out in the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sales reps understand that, and Tom does a great job getting his people to do their job efficiently, and that's part of what we talk to new prospects about, and that's what they want. They're tired of the big box companies, and there's no personality to what they're buying
Mm-hmm.
online, and our industry is different. If you're buying a copier, you want to go see it and touch it. And when they come into our office, they meet Tom, they meet the people in the office, they meet the admin staff, they see the help desk, they see the people there answering the phone, like you said, and it's just a different experience for them. And that once they come in the office, they know that we're a real company.
Right.
We're there to help them. They understand that, they feel that, and it makes a big difference.
That's awesome. How do you get your sales people to, communicate that effectively?
Just through the stories of what transpires in the
Mm-hmm.
office, right? I mean, we have, and you've seen it on Fridays, we do the putt at the end of the
Right.
day, right? And when we tell new prospects about that and customers about that, I think they sense that we're real people in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kevin said, we work hard,
Mm-hmm.
but we also play hard, and you see it and you can feel it. It's real people in there. Everyone knows we're not in silos, right? Everyone knows what everyone's got to do, and we work as a team.
So just for everybody's edification, Dan won the putt-putt last week. And
No, I
I
tied.
am getting to that.
Oh.
Right? So he was getting all cocky because we were down to the last guy, and it's Patrick in the warehouse,
know.
and he came in and sunk it. And
I'm winning it today.
yeah,
It's a carryover.
yeah. So it carried over, right? The little pot, right? It's getting
Yep.
bigger and bigger. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I did my best to bank it off the back wall.
you can't do it.
You can't do it. I even tried hitting it harder, and it still wouldn't work.
Well, some people that are hearing this may not know what we're talking about, but we have a little 9-hole golf course throughout the building there with cups cut into the floor and the pins there, and something that working with Dan, it's hey, I want to have a different type of experience when customers come in, and so we put that in there, and just tell them what that's like.
So when somebody comes in to see the office, basically they get a scorecard, they get a putter, and they get a ball. It's a logoed UTEC ball, and there's holes throughout the office in the different departments, and we introduce the prospect to members of different teams by putting into their department, and then the long hole, which is outside of Kevin's office, that's the one that we have the contest in. But it goes throughout the whole office, so people get to see, and it's a different experience for them than just walking through and kind of pointing out things. And they walk out of there, they've got a ball, they've got a card, and they've got something that they'll probably remember for the rest of their life. I don't know too many companies that have a putt-putt course in their office.
Right.
So,
Well, and again, I think it leads them down to what your ultimate end goal is with our sales team. We're having conversations now,
Right.
right? We're not just peppering people with questions, and you're not trying to build fake rapport and there with the customer.
Right.
You're having genuine conversations. They see we're real people. We see it they're real people, and I like it because it carries over to everything
Right.
you've taught the reps.
Dan, because your team, you're out always talking, meeting prospects, clients, engaging. There's a lot of change happening, right, in the
Right.
business world today. So where do you see it going, and what's your plan to adapt to it?
well, there's a hybrid model. There's a lot of people, I think the smaller and small, medium-sized businesses, they're working in their office, and we still go out and see them. But there are some people that still want to meet virtually. I know that we're doing a lot of Teams calls with prospects and with customers. And I think the last 18 months have basically taught us how to do business that way. And it is a lot more efficient. You're not driving all over Southeast Michigan for appointments. So you can get a lot more done. And I think people, not just us, but other people are feeling more comfortable doing business that way.
Right. So our core business, right, the history of our industry has been in an office. The MFP or copier, however we want to call it, it's connected. It's becoming a device on the network. And so people, and they're so well engineered, they're easy to use. It's almost like a water cooler. People come up, they talk around it and make prints and copies and chat about work. But now you mentioned the hybrid, so people are beginning to work from home, sometimes exclusively, but mostly we're starting to see the hybrid where people are coming into the office a couple times.
Right.
So that core business, the MFP or the copier that UTEC was built on, is kind of, it's morphing, right?
Right. It is morphing. And, we're starting to have conversations with people that are working from home, or at least the companies and their employees are working from home because of the security risks of doing that. Their network is probably not secure like it should be, and they're dialing into their home office or to their computer at their main building. There's potential risk for that, and they're not even realizing that. So that's opening up a lot more conversations that way to make sure that they can be protected at home also.
Right. That's awesome.
But to that point, it's changing. The model's changing, right? The needs are changing. We're selling different solutions. How do you keep up with that, Tom? How do you make sure our team is staffed and prepared for that?
Well, again, going back to the word hybrid, we're trying to train some of the IT guys into the break and fix side of it, and vice versa. So the break and fix guys have been mechanically inclined for 20, 25, 30 years, but never really wanted to get involved in a computer and how things are connected. And we have to do that now. And on the other side of it, the young kids that are coming up with the IT side, they may not be holding mechanical skills like some of the older guys. So again, it's the hybrid technician that can go out, not only work on your network, but also work on the physical copier, put the maintenance parts in, understand where gears are and how things work. But we also have to know the network and other solutions, document management, scanning issues. There's just so much that evolved from somebody walking up as Les at a cooler, putting a paper in a copy and making 10 copies and walking away. It's completely different now with storage, what we're doing with the documents, where we're storing them. So it's a completely different world.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun to see that. We're talking workflow now. We got to change mindsets with people, right? And it takes your guidance. Sometimes we push, right? Sometimes we're pulling. And it's neat to see them want to adapt. And
Yep.
we talk, you hear us talk many times here about reinventing ourselves. And I think that's what you guys do constantly in the service world, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, because you love doing this, right? This is everybody can see the smile on your face
That's what
and
I
hear
looked
it in your
forward to
voice.
this morning.
I mean, it used to be, here's 30 business cards.
Right.
Go out at 9 a.m., come back at 5, knock on the door, get the card, and then today, a lot of those businesses, there's nobody, there's not a receptionist.
Right.
Due to, COVID issues, there's not even a way to get into some of these businesses anymore,
Right.
Physically.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different ways of finding out who you got to talk to. LinkedIn has been a big piece of contacting the right people, but it's a relationship. I mean, we've been leveraging those for a long time and, making introductions and getting introductions. So it goes both ways.
Referrals.
Yep, exactly.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Well, you do a great job connecting, and I think that's really what we're saying there in a nutshell, right? It's about connections, and we make connections with customers and prospects, and a prospect may never, ever be a customer of ours at the end of the day, but you've connected them with something and helped out a customer through stuff like that. I think it's pretty neat how you focus on that networking and building that skill set.
We're kind of a small industry when you think about it. Not a lot of people are.
It's almost like a hidden industry.
It really is.
I mean, we've been doing this, 25 years. I know most of us here have been doing that or longer. But, back then I used to think, what are they going to fix? What are they going to change in the copier? And it still changes. Now it's data security, right? There's a lot of things that, integration to cloud services. The copier does so much more. And I see that every time I hire new people and train them and go through that whole process again with them. And I see the look on their face. They're like, I had no idea it can do this much. So,
Well, good. Tom, I want to thank you for your passion, your commitment to our business. I know I've heard you say it to people before. It's a customer experience that you want to deliver, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It's making it positive. I think it makes a difference. So thank you for your hard work and leadership, Dan. Keep the sales coming, brother. Doing a good job there. And I know you're a big reader of books, and book we'd want to share with anybody just before we go.
You caught me off guard, but the one that I'm reading now is The One Thing, and it's a very good book. It talks about the one thing you should focus on to increase your opportunity for success.
And as you tell our sales rep, I hear you tell actually anybody in the building, you don't have to read a book, right? You're a big believer in books on tape, podcasts,
Sure, absolutely.
something like this to
Turn your
improve
car,
yourself.
turn your car into a university. This is a great, podcasting is up and coming, and people are doing it. Now a lot of people do it a lot now, but who knows? We'll see where this goes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate your effort, and I know you make a difference. And I'll say it on behalf of our customers. We see it, but thank you for doing what you do.
Sure, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Go
Awesome.
Blue.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Bazooka, edit that to say "Go Blow." All right.